you handled the late change and handled him in there in the ring?
Well, he had about a month to prepare because he was my replacement, just in case we had all this COVID stuff, So they have me all of the replacements. But I mean, I didn't know he was gonna be my replacement. I didn't even know I was gonna have a replacement, and I'm very disappointed that I really wanted to fight Paul though, but things happen, and at least I had another opponent on the backup to be able to fight tonight for you guys.
Yes, PBC, Mayweather Promotions, TGB Promotions have been prepared for these events with some backup fighters. So Avery Sparrow stepped in last minute. Pretty dominant performance. To my eye, Rolly, you were sharper this night than we saw you in your last fight. How would you rate your performance tonight?
I don't know, honestly. I don't really have a rating until I see the actual fight, But I mean, I fought a dirty fighter. He hit me with dozen, if not more, low blows on the back of the head, back to back. Also, he's trying to wrestle. He's trying to do all sorts of things, But it is what it is, I got the victory. I dropped him with that hook in that opening round, and I thought it was gonna be over right there, and but he's slick, He knows how to survive. He knows how to survive.
Okay. All right, let's go to questions. We'll start with Jeremy Herridges from fansided.com. Jeremy, unmute and go ahead.
Hi, Rolly. Congratulations on a fantastic victory. I'm wondering, going into this fight, what were some of the technical things that you were looking to improve on, and how did you feel that you executed them during this fight?
Jab more, angles, stuff like that. I didn't really get to showcase much of the angles, but I mean, just I believe it was in the last round or second to last round that I started letting off, and going, But other than that, my defense was sharp. I was just sharp in general, and I don't really say it was improvements. It was just showing more of who I actually am.
You seem to really display an array of boxing skills tonight. How much did the fight where you won your title against Marinas prepare you for this bout, and how much did you learn from that?
It didn't do anything for me. That wasn't the person that fought Marinas. Wasn't me. It wasn't me. I had a bad camp. I didn't do the things I was supposed to do, and I messed up in a big part of it. And he fought scared, and he made it very difficult. And he's really good at surviving. Marinas, he was supposed to take the fight again. He was supposed to rematch me. He decided not to. He decided to go get scared. He was getting paid more money. He decided to go fight Kumi instead. Please don't talk about Marinas. He's a waste of my time.
When you say nothing about Marinas, but about your last camp that you didn't do things the right way, what are you referring to? Because in this camp, you looked fantastic physically. The way you put your punches together. You looked, I would say that you put on an A performance. What were the differences?
I don't really want to disclose what was going on in camp, but at the end of it, that's for my team to know that, and for I don't want you guys to know about that. I just want you to know that wasn't me who fought that night. We all know it wasn't me.
Respect. And Rolando, fantastic performance tonight. You did a heck of a job.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jeremy. Let's take our next question from Keith Idek, who's on scene here at Mohegan Sun. Keith, go ahead.
With Sparrow, he fought like a coward. He fought like a coward. He just wanted a street fight because he knows he wasn't going to do anything to me. He was frustrated, and he couldn't do anything to me. So it just came down to a bunch of low blows, hits behind the head, trying to wrestle me, trying to take me down, back in the back, hit me everywhere, But like I said, you guys say I gave him an A-class performance, and we're gonna just leave it at that. His corner did the right thing by stopping him. And in that last moment when they took away those last 2 points, he was hurt again, and there's a lot of time left in the round for him to get hurt even more. So he's lucky that they stopped it at that moment.
That he didn't get the traditional knockout that he might have been on your own getting.
You guys say that you guys want to see me box, so I box. You know, it's still, you know, I still stopped him, you know, and at the end of it, I made him quit. I made his corner make him quit. I made him quit. He fought like a coward, and I outboxed him. I boxed good.
Okay, Keith, if you're finished? Yeah. Okay, thanks, Leah. Let's go to Abraham Gonzalez with New York Fights. Abraham, unmute and go ahead, please.
How you doing, Abraham?
Hey, Rolly, what's going on?
Good.
Congratulations on your win again. When you hit him with that check left hook in the first round, did you feel like from that point that the fight was already in the bag for you?
Yeah, I thought I had him out right there, and I say he was really good at surviving. Just simply, he was really good at surviving. So I thought he was out, but he survived it.
Now, did you find yourself? It seemed like, you know, maybe a couple of fights ago, you know, you probably would have like really jumped on top of him, but this time you stayed a little more patient. You saw that maybe that the finishing KO wasn't there, and you decided to, you know, to move and box a little more. Is that just you going through the experience of having more fights and understanding that it's not always going to be there right away like that?
I'm a growing fighter. You know, I came into this game 8 years ago now. I started boxing late and have much of an amateur career. I'm learning on the job, you know, and you know the old me would have went in there and destroyed him. And if I had the opportunity and if I saw that he was really hurt, I would have went in there and destroyed him. I said that last moment where he hit me with those last 2 low blows, he was hurt, and you know, I wanted to go in there and destroy him, and I'm sure you guys saw that. And he hit me with those low blows, and they stopped it, you know, they stopped it.
And then lastly, is 135 where you're going to hang out at for this year, or do you see yourself maybe moving up in weight class?
I'm moving down to 126. I'm at weight 2 weeks. I'm moving down 126.
Hey, thanks, Rolly, and then congratulations once again.
Thank you.
All right, Abraham, thank you very much. We got time for just one more here. Let's go to Ben Thompson, Fight High. Ben, unmute and go.
What up, Ben? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Rolly? It's actually Sean. Sorry, brother.
Sean, how you doing? Even better.
What's going on, man? Congrats on a really good performance. Just how does it feel for you, you know, personally, that despite winning a world title, you caught a lot of flack online from fans and from experts after beating Mariñez, and tonight everything's so positive about the performance you put on. How does that feel for you? Did you get any satisfaction from that?
But boxing fans are the most bipolar people I've ever seen in my life. Like, man, there's so many fighters that have gone through the things I've gone through. Floyd, Fino, Benavides. There's a lot. There's a lot of fighters, you know, and you know, boxing, it's a very toxic sport, and you know, I just want the best. I just want to see the best for the future, you know, and I hope, you know, I just make sure I keep entertaining you guys, because at the end of it, that's the only thing that matters. If I keep entertaining you guys, and at the most of it, entertain myself, because I entertain myself with all the stuff I do, you know, and all the stuff I say.
And moving forward, Rolly, I know you said you're not interested with the Jackson Mariñez thing. Where do you want to go forward? You know, you have the regular title. Gervonta has the super title at WBA. You know, you have a rivalry going with Devin and Ryan, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Where do you want to go moving forward, Rolly?
I want that WBC belt. That's what I want. I want it. Rolly Jr. needs a sister. Her name's Angelica Jr. It's that green belt. Name me after my actual sister.
So a fight with Devin Haney then.
Oh, Devin Haney.
Thank you so much, Rolly. Great performance tonight. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay, Sean, masquerading as Ben, thank you. Rolly, it was definitely entertaining. It was a straight shutout across all 3 judges. Congratulations, and we wish you luck, and we will see you in your next fight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Safe travels.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll be back in a little bit with the winner of our next fight. Should be a close one, too.
Thank you, Chris.
Very, very, very tough opponent. I stayed poised. Thanks to my trainer, Roy. We had a good camp. And, I'm not only glad that I won, but I dominated. I want to put an exclamation point on my performance.
Okay, great. Let's take our first question from Keith Heidick with Boxing Scene. Keith, you use the microphone there, please.
Hey, Ray, congratulations, man. I know you felt that you would knock him out. You told me that last week on the phone. How good does it feel to have delivered on that? And how?
It feels absolutely amazing. It just confirmed what I already knew in my head, that I have elite power. He's one of the top fighters in this division. So to be able to have this knockout on my resume is amazing. It just means I'm a true threat.
Do you feel that you surprised him with your power? Because he seemed to feel like he was going to knock you out. Did you feel you surprised him? Or?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are sleeping on me and my power. He's coming off a knockout victory. I'm coming off a knockout streak. I know I have elite power. I wasn't surprised that I stopped him. I didn't think that he'd be able to go the distance with me.
What do you feel that this type of win, what type of statement do you feel you delivered tonight by winning, especially the way that you won?
Oh, I think it's just huge. The fact that I showed up and showed out, not only won, but dominated. I think a lot of the fighters in this division should really be on notice. Obviously,
we got a big main event coming up. I know you don't know who won, but how much would you want to fight the winner maybe next if you get that opportunity?
Honestly, it doesn't matter who I fight. I'm ready to fight any current world champion, whether it's the winner of this fight or Ahmad can come out of hiding. I'm ready to take his 2 belts.
Okay. Thank you, Ace. Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks, Keith. Let's go to our next questions from Ben Thompson. Sean Zattel with Fight Hype. Sean, go ahead.
Hey, Raiz, great performance tonight. Do you think you took more chances offensively than you've ever done before in your career, in trying to put on that performance to earn the title shot with either the main event, winner of tonight's main event, or any of the champions?
Well, I wanted to knock him out, but I wasn't necessarily trying to go for the knockout early. I was just seeing the openings, and I don't know. Everything just came together.
You mentioned you'd be willing to fight the winner of tonight's fight or even Ahmad Aliyev. What do you think about a fight with Brandon Figueroa, who also holds the WBA title?
Any current world champion that's willing to fight, I'm ready. I got the pen. Send me the contract. whether it's Figueroa, the winner of this fight, Ahmad Ali has 2 of the belts. He hasn't defended them yet. I'm ready for anybody. I got the pen. Send me the contract.
Do you think any of those fighters in particular makes for the best fight, the better fight than the others for the fans?
Well, I would say probably Ahmad Ali. He has the super belt. He has 2 of the belts. He's a tremendous fighter. He hasn't defended his belts yet. Everybody else has been fighting. Any one of those fights would be a great fight.
And for just a little bit there, towards the end of the 8th and into the beginning of the 9th, looked like he hit you with some left hands that were significant, and then you just drop him for a 3rd time. But in that moment, did he ever shake you up or hurt you at all?
I couldn't feel his power. It wasn't like one punch he hit me with, and I'm like, damn, I gotta watch out. I knew he was a hard hitter, but I couldn't feel his power tonight. I could step in, I could take chances with punches. I didn't feel his power.
Thanks, Raiz. Great performance tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. All right, let's go to R.L. Woodson. Mr. Woodson, unmute and go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Rice? This is Wood from Bite Down Boxing. We talked a couple of weeks ago. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Did you expect to have to be able to show the creativity from outside? Did you run into you could do whatever you wanted? Was that just a challenge to stick with something specific?
Well, I'm a diverse fighter. Coming into this fight, I didn't know what kind of fighter I'd be facing, if he was a counter puncher, if he's an aggressive fighter. But I pride myself on being able to adapt and adjust. I'm not one-dimensional. I can go left, I can go right, I can brawl, I can box, I can counter punch. So I just took what he gave me.
Right. On a recent football playoffs last week, I learned a new phrase called short space quickness, and I feel like that's what you exhibited tonight. Was that something that you've done before, punishing a smaller fighter to the body from long range.
Yeah, well, I was able to give him different looks. Whether he's southpaw, so leaning on my left, but being able to shoot from the right. Just different looks and being able to explode in those small spaces. I feel like I was able to capitalize.
Last question: did you expect to be able to? Well, two parts. When did you see his body language change, and did that kind of give the fight to you mentally? And then, were you shocked that you were able to lead with the right, and then also finish everything with the right when he did have success?
Well, early on, I was touching him, and he could feel my power. I could hear him kind of grunting. I would hit him to the body, he was grunting. I'd hit him up top, and he did these little looks. So I knew early on he could feel my power, and I didn't think he'd want to be aggressive because he could feel it.
All right, man. Like I said, congratulations, man. Phenomenal performance, and I think you, like you said, you sent a statement to a loaded division. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's well said, Wood. Short space, quickness, the body work, the odd angles, and the switching from southpaw to righty from righty to southpaw at one point. Really impressive performance, Reese. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're gonna let you go, and I wish you well and safe travels, and we will see you in your next fight. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All the press on the line will. You're welcome. Guys, we'll be back with the winner from our main event tonight. Thanks for sticking around. Reese, do well. new champion, Stephen Fulton Jr. Congratulations on a terrific performance in an excellent, exciting fight. And the WBO Junior Featherweight World Championship now in your grasp. Congratulations.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Okay, we have some members of the press online here. We have Keith Eidick in person. Let's start with Keith, boxing scene. Go ahead.
Hey, Stephen, congratulations, man. You beat him at his own game. How good did that feel to be able to do that, and how intent were you to do that going into the fight?
It felt good and it feels good, and I was more so looking to beat him at his own style. And I told y'all that I was going to engage this fight and not just box, and I did a little bit of both, but I more so engaged in his style, and I did that to show him that I'm the better man at what he does.
At some point in the fight, did you, although he kept coming forward, did you think you demoralized him at some point?
For sure, for sure. The whole fight.
Did you think at some point you might be able to get him out of it? I know he's a tough guy, obviously. Think you'd be able to get him out of there at some point?
At some points, I feel like I touched him, but he didn't show that he was ready to go, even though he might have been ready to go.
You mentioned the other day that your power was underestimated. Did you sense early in the fight that he might have been surprised by your punching power?
For sure, his face shows it a lot.
Where do you think? Obviously you're in a great position now with a world title. Where do you think this puts you, and who would you like to fight next?
I would like to fight another title holder. I would like to show that I'm the best in the weight division. At the year off, I feel like I did a good job, but I can be a lot better and a lot sharper if I would have stayed a little bit more active.
You don't seem happy. Well,
Oh no, I am happy. I just gotta let it sink in right now. I'm fresh out the ring, you know. Just went through a little tough fight, but I gotta let it hit me.
when it finally does hit you, I mean, can you speak to working your whole life to be in this position and what it means to you?
For sure. When it hit me, I'm gonna say you act a fool. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna be dancing and everything. But it's just a dream come true right now, and I'm just happy to be world champion. Not everybody can say they're world champion.
Thanks, Stephen.
Oh, the nickname Cool Boy Steph. You got to keep your cool on camera. So congrats. Stephen, I wanted to ask you, Brian Custer at the end of our telecast asked you a question regarding your layoff. It's been a year since you last fought. You suffered from COVID-19. You did have challenging symptoms, and you've come back. How were you able to overcome the would-be ring rust, and how did you feel right from the get-go of this fight?
This was like the first fight I wasn't really nervous, and I felt a little odd that I wasn't nervous, but I knew I was in shape. I barely got tired, and the ring rust really wasn't there as much. It was there somewhat, but I kind of feel like I broke out of that. Like just going through the things that I've been through and having COVID, having that shot taken away from me, took away that ring rust. It just made me super excited to get back and just be here. And thank God that me and my opponent came out safe, and we made it happen.
Yes, you did. All right, let's go to some questions. Sean Zittel from Fight Hype. Sean, if you can unmute, go ahead.
Hey, Stephen, what a great performance tonight. You mentioned to Brian once you got out of the ring that you bullied the bully. What went into the technical side of that? How were you able to, he's known for his body attack. It's, your body attack was better than his tonight. What were you able to do in there to bully the bully?
I was the better fighter, and I'm better at what he does. I just showed that I was a better man overall, and just in general. I feel like I'm the best in the division, and I'm going to continue to show that. But the bullies do get, I'm lost words right now.
It was a high character bully too, not the kind of bully that just yells up, right?
Sure, for sure. He wasn't trying to he wasn't taking no for an answer, but I had to force the issue. I had to keep working his body, keep attacking his body, and I'm a great body puncher. I just, I'm so used to boxing that I had to show you all the other side of me.
And you've talked in the past about having aspirations to really become a breakout star in boxing, which is hard to do at 122 pounds. Do you feel like you showed you could not just be an elite 122 pounder, but you could be a pound for pound top 10 guy? And what are you going to have to do to get to those goals of that?
I would have to keep working my butt off, just stay in the gym, stay consistent, just get back to what I know, get back to the gym, take a few little break off, but come back harder and stronger and continue to learn and work on my craft. And I believe I can make all those things happen.
I know you talked about becoming undisputed in this weight class, but it's believed that Nayawa Anuye is going to come up to 122 pounds. What would you think of a fight with him?
I'm willing to make all fights like that and big fights happen. If he wants to move up, that's what he decides to do. But I am a big 122 pounder.
And
Keep that in mind.
And lastly, I know you had some fun, respectful back and forth with Leonard Ellerby and Mayweather Promotions in the lead up to this fight. Anything you want to say to Leonard or Floyd after this fight?
I made it easy like I said I would. I took off. I made it easy like I said I would, and I beat him at his own game. They said it'll be a surprise. I didn't hear Floyd say much, but Leonard Ellerby was the one talking. But he did his job. He did what a promoter's supposed to do. And I take my hat off for him.
Okay, Sean, thank you very much. We're going to go to DeMichael Cole from Philadelphia Inquirer. DeMichael, you have to unmute and go ahead.
Stephen, we talked about it, leading up to this week, man. You said that, leading up to this fight that you've been, training with Derek and, you had found some new things. The way you engaged on the inside today, was that one of the things that you trained with Derek?
Yes, those the catch and come back, those was a lot of things that I've learned at that gym and when I trained with him.
And then just coming off that, I know I heard your trainers in the corner telling you, towards the 8th and 9th round that, you use your stamina. You have more energy than this guy. Just how did you wear him down late? All the judges had you winning the late rounds.
I wore him down by just kept attacking his body, kept pushing him back. I knew they wanted me on my back against the rope a lot. And I kind of started off like that, but I had to change the whole narrative, change everything around. Start pushing him back and keep dropping uppercuts from that angle that I was in. And that's how I got the job done.
Appreciate you, man. Congratulations.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Okay, DeMichael, thank you. Let's go to Jeremy Herridges with fansided.com. Jeremy?
Hi, Stephen. Congratulations on a fantastic victory and becoming the new champion. Was there a moment within the fight where you felt maybe a sharp decline in Neil's performance, like you knew that you were breaking him down and that you were on cruise control?
From like the 5th round, that's when I knew like I was going to get him. I was going to take off in the 5th round. I never was like tired throughout those rounds of me engaging. I normally would be a little winded from engaging in any other fights if I would start off like that. But this fight, I was prepared and I knew that's what I came to do, and I knew it was going to have to get dirty. So from the 5th on out, I knew I was taking the fight away from him.
We talked a couple days before about the lessons that you learned from your multiple camps with Carl Frampton, not only how to deal with a pressure fighter, but how to pressure a fighter yourself. Did those lessons kind of become rote memory, and did you carry them out in this fight?
For sure, I've learned a lot of things, like such as keeping the head on my opponent's chest, and I did a lot of that this fight to the point where he couldn't, throw the punches that he wanted to throw because he couldn't see those shots.
Final question for me. According to show stats, you threw 1,183 punches in this fight. How tremendous is that for you hearing that number, and how much of a testament is that to your physical conditioning, and did it even win you?
I didn't even know I was very much. This is probably the first fight I did that. I didn't even know, but damn. Yeah, I swear to God, I didn't know I threw that many punches. It didn't seem like I threw that many punches, but it feels good to know that I can do that and still not be winded. And I feel like I just dogged them out. I'm just more so happy, not that I got the WBO, but that I beat him and beat him at his own game. I told him that I was going to do that. I told everybody from here on out that I was going to engage and fight this fight, and I fought. So what do they have to say now? They always say that he runs, he's going to just jab. I dogged him out of their game. Now what's going to be the next thing they're going to say?
I don't know, but I think they're going to say that, well, you're the champion now, so congratulations, Stephen.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think when you go back and watch this fight, Stephen, you'll see it was all action from the opening bell, literally. Terrific fight and very exciting to watch. Let's go to Ben Baby with ESPN.com. Ben, unmute, and you can go ahead.
My face banged up.
Hey, Steven, how's it going?
It's going good.
Hey,
Thanks.
you know, you kind of mentioned this on the call with Brian. You said that you kind of made an adjustment early. It looked like Leo was landing some good hooks at the beginning of the fight, and then you kind of went to the inside. Was that kind of to smother him from getting those hooks off and to find that success inside?
For sure. I noticed that he was landing a lot of good right hands as I was pulling back. And that's some of the things that my trainer told me not to do when I'm using the dressing room. But I made the adjustments like I always do. And from that point on, I feel like I smothered his shots so he wouldn't be able to land those again. And I noticed every time I threw a jab out, he was coming back with a right hand or a shot of his own. He was landing a lot of good, clean shots in that first round and the early rounds on, but I, changed the whole game plan.
You know, for you, a lot of talk about this coming into the fight with you having to battle COVID. I know you took a couple months off for training. I mean, were you surprised at any point at how well you were able to go? Like you said, he was leaning forward. It looked like he was trying to catch his breath. And you were the one that had to deal with the pandemic or the virus a lot worse. I mean, were you surprised at any point with your conditioning?
I wasn't surprised because I knew what I came to do. I already knew this was going to happen. I knew what I came to do. I knew I came to make a statement and fight this guy. I didn't come to just box. I came to fight him. And that's what I did. I feel like they were surprised. They didn't know that I was going to come and engage in a fight like this. The way that he beat Tremaine is because Tremaine's a smaller guy and he wasn't used to nothing like that. I'm used to dealing with those things inside the gym, inside the ring. Everybody I fought tried to bully me or push me back and it didn't work. So this time I did what they tried to do to me and I got the job done.
You know, is there any guy specifically that, you know, you've kind of talked about this a little bit, but there's anybody specifically you'd like to unify with or try to unify some of these belts at 122?
Yeah, I would like to Louis Neri, Brandon. I want to fight him at that same way. Fight him in his fight. They say all I do is 1-2. I want to fight him. MJ, I welcome him out of his little retirement thing. Whatever he's doing, a long layoff. I want champions. I want to be undisputed. I want champions. All champions.
I mean, how good does this feel? You've had to wait so long. You know, y'all have had this fight delayed twice because of COVID. I mean, how good does it feel to finally have the belt and finally kind of have this kind of performance after waiting months for this?
Oh, it feels good. It feels great. You know, it's going to hit me later on. I know it is. Right now, I'm just fresh coming out, and it's like I'm still thinking about certain mistakes that I've made. No one wants to make mistakes in that ring. I made a lot of little dumb mistakes, and I just want to fix those things.
Awesome. Thanks, Steven.
All right, let's just take two more here. Thank you, Ben. Let's go to Corey Erdman. Corey, if you unmute, go ahead.
Steve, when we talked last week, you mentioned that having gone through what you went through with COVID, that it changed your perspective, that you didn't take things for granted anymore. Did that have anything to do with the way you came out and fought in this fight, just not wanting to take anything for granted and coming out more aggressive than we've seen you in the past?
Yes, that is exactly why. And that's why I came out the way I came out. That's why I feel as I wanted to take the fight and engage more and really fight. Because I feel like I lost it. Like you really, it's like you start to appreciate things when it's taken away from you. And that's what happened when boxing was taken away from you. During the whole pandemic, not just August 1st, but the whole pandemic, I didn't fight. And it was like the gym was closed. I felt a little depressed. And that's when I realized that, damn, I really do love boxing. This is something that I really need in my life. So, yes, I did take it for granted. But now I'm getting it right.
By the way, to follow up on your punch stats, apparently your number of punches is the third most in the history of the division. What do you think about that?
Well, what's the number one? Who I got out punch them. What's the number one?
I don't know yet, but yeah, you gotta go and catch them.
Find that out for me, please, and hit me up.
And lastly, everyone was very impressed with your work on the inside. But I think a lot of people don't understand kind of the complexities of fighting on the inside. Can you talk about some of the technical things that you were doing on the inside to get to him as frequently as you were?
I feel like me being on the inside, I forced my whole body, my head and his chest, along with pushing my left liver shot and left inside shots. And I kept throwing the smaller inside punches to hit the center of his stomach while he was coming more so on the outside and trying to hook. I stayed right there and I got in the inside of his body.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. Congratulations.
All right, let's just go to our last one. David Melandra Jr. from Philadelphia. David, go ahead.
Hey, Stephen, first off, congratulations on the win. Can you just talk about the pace of this fight, the volume of punches you threw throughout the whole fight, and just how your condition was?
Oh, my condition was great. I don't want to say it, but I ran like every day for a month, 4 or 5 miles for a month straight. A month. My condition was outstanding. I didn't get tired. I was right there the whole time, but I didn't want to punch myself into being tired. And it's crazy that I said I threw over 1,000 punches, and I'm number 3 for the most punches in this weight division thrown. That's amazing. So I feel like I accomplished 2 things in one night so far, along with showing that I wasn't that much ring rust.
And second, can you talk about the work you did on the body tonight?
The body work was amazing. I'm surprised at myself that I stayed there the whole time. But like I said, once I started noticing that he wasn't prepared for me to fight him at his own game, that's when I knew I got to stay there. I got to stay in the inside. You can hear it through the trainer tracks. From like the 4th, I said I had to stay there. I said I got to stay there. I got to fight this fight like this. I couldn't continue to box. If I continued to box, my legs would have been a little bit more tired. So by me standing inside and working him the way he was trying to work me and kept landing those nice body shots is what got me this victory and slowed his pace down.
And finally, what does it mean to bring the championship home to Philadelphia?
Philly be back. That's all I got to say. I made it. I put my name in them books, man. I made history.
All right, thank you. Congratulations.
Well, I noticed your Philadelphia Flyers colors you're wearing tonight. And very good point you made. Your trainer, your trainer at one point did ask you to use the jab and step back and box from the outside, and you basically shook that off and stayed on the inside from that point forward.
The U.S. then
My bad.
Going after people.
Sorry, but I had to stay there.
Yes. All right. Let's just take one more here. We have R.L. Woodson. Ron, go ahead.
This is Wood from Bite Down Boxing. Thanks for getting me in, Chris. I appreciate it.
You got it.
Hey, congratulations, champ. I thought it was odd that you mentioned you were going with the same game plan, that you actually shared that ahead of the fight. What did you see against Tremaine Williams to allow you to go with that and to share that going into this one?
I seen that when he was fighting Leo, he wasn't punching while Leo was throwing that body work. He wasn't punching off. And I said, all somebody got to do is punch. Every time once he let his little body shots off, if they give them back and keep that same momentum, then they could beat him. And that's what I did.
Got you. You go for back-to-back 100-plus punch rounds in the 5th and the 6th. I think that was like double your average, according to what they were saying on the broadcast. When you do that, you hit him with the volume, and then also during those rounds, you're pushing him back to the ropes where that might have been his game plan. At that point, do you start feeling like he doesn't have anything else to go to get the win?
That's all they had. That's all they was begging on, was keeping me on the ropes. That's the only game plan they had. They didn't show that they had anything else. I showed that I was going to box him. I showed that my jab was going to be a problem. I showed that I could bang, push him back, and fight him at his fight. They only showed one style, and that was trying to come forward. He couldn't fight going backwards. So I had to push the issue.
All right, and I know you said that this was, your shot at a second chance. You mentioned crying about seeing the first one slip away. You had to take advantage of this tonight. What gave you the confidence, to not worry about the gas tank and commit to the inside fighting and wrestling, which I would think, would have been an energy concern, would have sapped your energy with the infighting and then the hand wrestling and whatnot, when you could have just step back and got that space and continue working the jab.
I knew I was in shape. I knew I was ready for this. I was more so excited to engage and fight. I was excited to be back. So that's what I wanted to do. Nothing to take away from my coach, even though he wanted me to box early rounds. But when you take a huge layoff like that and then lose out on the opportunity, I felt like I just wanted to really fight. I was happy and excited to be back. So that's why I did what I did.
Got you. Last question. Just congratulations on the victory and congratulations on being an entrepreneur with your Crab Shack venture and whatnot. Any special going to be out there this week for customers at the restaurant?
I don't know. I got to check my phone. Shout out to Adrian Broner and them too. They definitely Earl Smith. They all hit me up before the fight. They all hit me up knowing like I was coming out here to Clarissa Shield. Everyone hit me up. So shout out to them.
Was that any? I didn't want to take away from your moment in mentioning Spence in his performances against Garcia or Porter, where he fought their fight. But any inspiration from him on implementing that tonight against Leo?
I can't say I was inspired by it, but I can say he definitely did a good job at doing what he do. Take my hat off to him. He's a good friend. And shout out to David Garcia as well. He's a good friend.
All right, congratulations, champ. And again, thanks, Chris, man. I appreciate it.
Of course, Wood. All right, take it easy now. And cool boy, Steph, congratulations. Very happy to see you get the victory. And like I said, an excellent, terrific fight. Wish you safe travels and good luck the rest of the way. We will see you next time.
Appreciate that. Thanks.
All right, to the press, thank you for the support this week and for participating tonight. Take care and be well.